Hello and welcome to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker, a real estate investor helping you realize your dreams of owning a home or investing in one. Now, let's talk about the recent developments concerning Wendy Williams. As many of you have seen, her apartment in New York City recently sold. She bought it for $4.5 million. However, it sold for a loss at $3.7 million. Okay. Meanwhile, all of the other condos in that same building that she was living in, they're selling for $5 and $6 million. All right. So let's talk about the apartment itself and what did it have. It was a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, floor to ceiling windows, hardwood floors. There was a fitness center in the building, a sauna, steam room. The place also had a jacuzzi and a huge pool, right? It was located in the financial district of Manhattan. Now, I live in Manhattan. And I can tell you that that area is very, very expensive. That is prime real estate. Many jobs are located down there. Many courthouses are also located down there. So I can only suspect that the type of people that lived in there were not just celebrities, but you also had judges. You also had lawyers. You also had prominent business people, and no, not that many black people, to be honest with you. That is primarily that area, and that particular building, from its description, is predominantly owned by white people. So for Wendy Williams, a black woman, to have property there, that was a big achievement. And of course, it was also her dream apartment that unfortunately she had to let go. We should have known that something was definitely going on, because 2 months prior to that, all of her belongings were sold off. So that was a flag. And then the other thing is that there was a federal tax lien on the property. It spanned from 2019 to 2021. Now, after it sold, that lien, of course, was satisfied. So a lot of people were speculating and thought, hey, how come it wasn't listed on the MLS? Well, here's my thoughts on this. Because there was a lien on the property, the banks, she still had a mortgage on it. The banks probably got scared and said, you know what, if this goes to the tax auction, it is property that is in a well sought after neighborhood. Plus, because it was owned by Wendy Williams, so many people are going to want to buy this particular property, right? So that's one of the reasons why the banks took it off the books. There was also, I was looking at another video where the person was talking about tax lien auctions. I'm going to tell you this: tax lien auctions in New York City is not done the same way as tax lien auctions are done in the rest of the state or in any other of the other states. Tax lien auctions are only bid on by certain developers. If you are not on that list, you are not allowed to attend that particular auction. Okay, that's how it's done. It's not open to everybody. Like, I can't just walk in to the auction. I'm not a developer. And even if I was a developer, I would have to have connections in order for my name to be on the list. And guess what? Many people in New York City that are on the list don't look like me. They're not black and they're not female. I'm just putting it out there. It's the truth, whether you like it or not. Okay? So, as I continue. Knowing this, right? See, the thing is, being that I deal with mortgage notes, I am the bank, so I kind of know how banks think, right? They're not going to want for this property to be put up for sale, even though I'm pretty sure that it was on the list for a while. But, because it is an expensive property, it probably took a while before somebody caught on. So they really wanted to unload this real quick so that they could get their money back. Okay, because from my understanding, there was 2.9 million was the mortgage that was on that particular property. So even though it sold for less than what it was worth, the bank still made out because it was actually sold for $3.7 million. Okay. So it was probably was a most definitely a private sale. I don't think it was a regular foreclosure like from the bank, because she was only behind in taxes. She wasn't really behind, from what I could see. She wasn't behind in the mortgage, but the bank definitely was very uneasy about it and pushed for this sale so that they could recoup their money. Okay. So some people may also think, well, the other people in the building might be upset because, like I said, other apartments that are the same size are selling for a whole lot more. Well, I'm here to tell you that as somebody who has taken the appraisal exam, even though it was a long time ago, typically this type of situation would not affect the comps. It would not bring the comps down in the area, because the reason why it was sold was due to a financial burden on an individual owner, which would be Wendy. It's therefore not a reflection of how the neighborhood is or the market value of the neighborhood. So no, the other people in the building that are currently selling their property do not need to lower their value just because her property was sold at a lower price. Okay, so let's just get that clear. Now, I was reading other articles. They mentioned that they believe she also was selling it so that she could move to Los Angeles, California, which is a more calming, relaxing life. Honestly, I doubt it. I doubt it because Los Angeles is way more expensive than New York. And if her finances are suffering in New York, why move to a more expensive place? If anything, I believe in the other reports that say that she will probably uproot and move to Florida. Florida is way less expensive than New York, plus Florida is where most of her family is residing at this particular moment. So that's where I think she's going to go. All right. So guys, listen, that's really all I have to share with you. That's the insight that I have. Please feel free to pass this amongst your friends. Remember, each one, reach one, teach one. Bye for now. Until next time, have a good night.